So I'm sure that you will have already heard the news that Hillsborough Law is being, the bill is being taken to Parliament today, which means to say that it should be in effect, and that is fantastic news. I haven't been looking at it that much today. I just saw the announcement with Ian Byrne in the early hours, which is just amazing, and amazing for the cause that I've been talking about since Thursday. If you're not familiar with Hillsborough Law, I would say look it up, have a better understanding of what it is. But basically what it means is that the duty of candour, which organisations like the NMC and CQC talk about a lot for us registrants, it applies to public institutions. So breakdown of what that means is that if you were to go to a government organisation such as the NMC and you asked for information, then transparency is required, and if transparency isn't given, then there can be proceedings to enforce this. This is also coupled with organisations needing to acknowledge harm caused, whether there was intention or not. They are now duty bound to acknowledge that, and that is incredibly important for us as registrants and for us who are going through these really difficult times with organisations such as the NMC. I say organisations such as the NMC because since Thursday I have had an outpouring of communication from people who are regulated generally, and they have had similar stories to me and those around me of the enforcement of regulators being disproportionate. So it's really important to say that even though I'm fighting for justice for nurses and for nurses' voices to be heard, I see that this is a wider issue. I want to also talk a little bit more about kind of why Hillsborough Law feels so positive. The institutional gaslighting that we experience for when we go through these processes is highly damaging. The constant distortion of our reality through the manipulation of organisations is so psychologically impactful. It leaves us not knowing our up from our down. It leaves us feeling very anxious within the process, but generally afterwards. And Hillsborough Law, I believe, is going to reduce this for people. I don't think it's going to take away the scars that it has left. And I think that we need to start to consider how we are able to manage that individually, but also corporately as a movement of nurses, and acknowledge the trauma that we are experiencing or have experienced through these processes. But I just wanted to come on and just like cheer on Ian Byrne and those that have just fought for Hillsborough Law, and just feel really positive about that today, and want you guys to feel positive also in relation to that.